Hello, everyone. Welcome once again to A.O.S Group. Here we talk about everything related to your language studies. If you are currently learning the English language, the French, German, or Spanish, we also assist you to prepare for internationally recognized exams like IELTS, TOEFL, TEF Canada, or TCF Canada. And we assist you with your applications for study visas, work visas, permanent residency to countries like Canada, the UK, US, or Australia. Now, today we are going to be taking a much interesting topic, which is centered on the question that was asked by one of our um, attendees during the JAPA to Canada in 2023, or rather, the Make Money and Migrate to Canada in 2023 webinar sessions. For those of you that don't know, we actually always have um, webinar sessions we take or we organize on a monthly basis right now. So we had the last one that was at week, the last week of April. But the one we are going to be talking about today is um, the one we had around the February, and the month of February. So that being said, without wasting much time, we would go down to the question that was asked during the webinar Q&A session, and this question was related to um, as the client actually asked, the websites for internship and full contract with Canadian sponsored jobs. So I would actually put it on the chat section of this video so that you could actually see the topic we're actually tackling for today. So that being said, if you are just joining us, kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit on the notification bell to get notified anytime we drop a content, and like and share this video with your friends and with your family. So today we want to answer the question that was asked, and you need to note something when it comes to questions like this. It's very important for us to know that there are a lot of websites you can actually consult if you want to get internship or full-time contracts in Canada or from employers in Canada. And some of those websites, a lot of you already actually would perhaps know about them, but in order to know how exactly to use them, you may not really be cognizant or you understand be knowledgeable about it. So I've talked about this extensively, that there are some websites that you could actually get Canadian jobs. Example of them are job banks. Do you understand? Especially the job bank of Canada itself, the Canadian job bank. You could also get jobs from Indeed.com. That's ca.indeed.com. I think I would even be writing them on the um, chat section so that you would get some of those links. ca.indeed.com. You could get internships, you will get full-time job offers from Canadian employers on those websites. Monster.ca is another wonderful website that we ourselves have gotten jobs for clients. They are very, very good websites you could actually consult. Mostly those three websites. There are still tons of websites out there you could use. There are some that have jobs that are actually posted by scammers, so you need to be very careful of not actually falling prey of some of those websites, some of those websites that are not genuine. But there are a lot of all other official websites, like the ones I've given you three of them, which are very much popular. You understand, the world over. But it's not only about applying for jobs. We do always say it. You can apply for jobs, and because there are quite a lot of people applying for quite the same jobs like you may not get to have that job offer if you don't follow some certain criteria, if you don't look through some certain or meet some certain requirements. Do you understand? So, like, before I even talk about it, glassdoor.com is another good website you can actually go to, you understand, get some of those jobs. But as I was saying, you need to meet some certain criteria. Be you need to have some certain traits before you are considered for that job. And the very first thing is that before you could get a job, definitely you have to, you understand, submit your CV, your Canadian resume. Now, In Nigeria, we know it as CV, but in Canada, they know it as resume. And if you don't have the Canadian styled resume, if you don't make use of it to actually, you understand, seek for jobs, there are lots of, or let me say, you may fall into the trick of not getting invited for, you understand, a job role. You may not be able to, do you understand, be able to get that job offer. So you need to use Canadian styled resume to apply for jobs. You need to use Canadian styled resume to show, you understand, that yes, you are ready for that job, and because of that, you are using what is approved by their organizations over there. Secondly, is the concept of cover letters. There are some ways we write cover letters here, especially in countries like Nigeria, or in, you understand, continent like Africa. There is not really much needed, or is not really considered the standards in, you understand, the North American country, Canada. So you have to look into the cover letters that are approved, the cover letters that will consider you as a, you understand, as a significant, what they call it, candidate, as someone that is really knowledgeable about what is prevalent in Canada. And lastly, apart from the two most important things, the Canadian style resume and the cover letters, you need to be able to network. You need to be able to connect with the hiring managers, or even, you understand, workers in that particular company you want to work with. Take for instance, if you want to work with maybe KPMG in Canada, their branch in Canada, there are a lot of people. There are roughly hundreds of thousands of people that are applying for that same role that you are also applying for. So in order to get that internship, or to get the full employment contract from that organization, you need to do something differently. Do you understand? If all other people are sending their cover letters, their Canadian style resume, there are some things you can actually do to delineate and define yourself, and to show that you are a different applicant. You are someone with a new initiative, someone that you are willing to do something that all other people are not, you understand, ready to do. And how will you actually show your difference? How you will show your difference is by actually going an extra mile, going or doing something differently to show that yes, you are different. If you network, for instance, you connect with people maybe through their website. If you go on KPMG's website, for instance, or you go on their social media platforms, and you interact with, you understand, the decision makers, if you interact with even the main um, employees, from there you can actually get referrals. And with that referral, you could use the referral to actually show that yes, you have taken a better step. You are taking a much more advanced step to show that you are really into working in that organization, to show that yes, you are willing to actually set yourself apart. You understand? If it is an internship and you consider actually doing a free internship, because there are some free and paid internships, you have to show that you are committed to working and learning in the process of, you understand, in the process of working for that organization. You have to show that yes, it's not just about the money, it's not just about the salary you get paid, but you are willing to put yourself out there to, you understand, get educated while you are learning, or while you are earning. Do you understand? So in a nutshell, it's not just about getting jobs. It's not just about applying for jobs. It's about doing your own due diligence. You understand? Doing your own research towards what the organization is all about. So as a foreigner, you can get jobs. You can get what we call sponsored jobs, visa sponsored jobs in Canada. But just like you as well, you have to put yourself in the shoes of the employer. If the employer do not see you as a candidate, you understand, that is really willing to work for them, that is willing to actually, you understand, trade his own house or our own house for their own income, and will give them value for the income that they will give you, they will not give you that job. Do you understand? So many people will send hundreds of CVs, hundreds of resumes to Canadian employers, and they won't get employed. Why? It's not because their so-called CVs or resumes are not top notch, but it's because they have not taken time out, you understand, to connect the dots. They have not taken time out to do their own diligence about the company they want to work for. They have not actually taken time to research. If it's like maybe 10 jobs you can apply to within a span of a month, You have to make sure that each of those 10 jobs that you apply to, know that you are really into working for them. Let them know that you have done your own research, you have known about what the company offers, the products and services they, you understand, render to their clients, how they actually work. You have to know their job structure, their organizational structure, who is the head, who is at the intermediate level, who is at the, you understand, at the base. You have to take time to research that company, and as soon as you're writing your cover letter, that will show in the way you communicate with them. That will show with the way you communicate via social media. LinkedIn, for instance, is a very good professional social media you could use to communicate your value to the hiring manager. You could use to communicate your value to that employer, so that he would know that if he's to sponsor your visa, you will not just go there, you understand, get the visa and run away. You will not just go there and so called, you understand, JAPA, and they won't know where you are. You will show them that you are the real deal. You show them that even if they are getting tons of, you understand, job applications, you are delineating and defining yourself. You are different from the pack. You understand? And with that, you can actually get the internship you so called want, or the full time contract jobs you are applying for. So, lastly, I would end with this. If you are to use any of the links I've told you, any of the websites like Job Bank I told you about, Indeed, LinkedIn, Glassdoor, or Monster.com, please make sure that you always filter jobs. If you are going on Job Bank, for instance, Canada, it is the Canadian website, you understand, for jobs. But look through the jobs. There are some jobs that are not meant for people that want to do internships. There are some jobs that are not full-time jobs. So you have to make use of keywords. You have to make use of locations. If you are particular about relocating or moving to maybe Ontario, for instance, you have to check through the filters to filter out all other locations. You have to also look at jobs that are particular to certain visa sponsorships. And how will you know such jobs? Is very easy. In the filter section, you would click on temporary foreign workers. The temporary foreign workers are jobs that have what we know as LMIA. The LMIA is known as the Labor Market Impact Assessment Report. Now, what that means is that that so-called employer has actually done his own due diligence to check all through the what do they call it, to check all through the labor market of Canada, to see that no other employee in Canada is able to do that job, or is willing to do that job you want to get employed for. Because Canada has a kind of policy that if they have Canadians or they have permanent residents who can actually do the job that is being advertised, then they won't get any foreign worker to do that job. They would rather give a Canadian or a permanent resident. So if you are coming, you understand, you have to note that which jobs are in demand and which jobs are jobs that the Canadians or permanent residents are not available to do or are not willing to do. And how you would know that is to focus on employers that have the LMIA report, the positive or the neutral LMIA report. So you filter all those in either Job Bank or Indeed or any other job platforms you know about. You can even filter by jobs that would guarantee or that will give you visa sponsorship, not just all other jobs that are available to only Canadians and permanent residents. So I hope that answers the question, Mr. Omonike Owolabi from Nigeria. If you have any further questions, then kindly drop it on the comment section or on the live chat section of this video. And subscribe to this YouTube channel if you really got value from this. Hit on the notification bell to get updated anytime we drop a content, and like and share this video with your friends and with your family. And I do hope to see you in our next Q&A sessions tomorrow. So bye for now. Thank you.